Hello everybody, this is your boy the Green Talent coming at you with a video of some quite disturbing news. Um, I'm not quite exactly sure how old this news is, but I just recently got a I'm not gonna say notification, I'm not gonna say any email, but let's just say I was just browsing on my phone, looking through for information, looking about what's going on with the Philadelphia Eagles, yada yada yada, and I was also reading about the 1 year anniversary of the Carson Wentz trade, but I'm not even going to talk about that right now. This is about the Washington Commanders. Yes, you heard it right. The Washington Commanders. Still a lame name to even let it come out of my breath or much less my mouth, much less thought about it. But this pertains to the Washington Commanders owner, Daniel Snyder. The report is that Snyder and this woman supposedly met at some restaurant, and they seated at a restaurant, and they said, and according to her reports, Daniel Snyder put his hands on the woman's inner thigh, between both legs. He had his hand on her thigh, and they were talking, and I'm quite sure some words were said, and they said that she physically removed his hands off her thigh. And so whatever was said between leaving the restaurant up into his limo, they said the reports indicate, that Snyder grabbed her arm and tried to push her into the limo. So whatever the altercation was about, or whatever was said between the time when he put his hands on her thigh, which is something that you really don't do. You know what I'm saying? And the girl's supposed to be a former employee. I think her name is her name is Billy, not Billy Joe, but I think it's Bobby Joe, some Joe, whatever her name was, but I know Joe is the middle name. And so his attorney has intervened in what Snyder was actually trying to do. They say he pushed the girl to her limo, or to his limo, sort of speaking. And so his lawyer intervened in it and told him that wasn't very cool to do. And so now there's an investigation going on by the U.S. attorney, who's supposed to have a pretty good repertoire with the NFL, because she has done many NFL lawsuits going on. Her last one was the Bounty Gate that was done by the New Orleans Saints, and she also did some things going on with the New England Patriots as well, the investigation of the New England Patriots, among other lawsuits that were going on at the time. And so this is just something new. And so, and she also had some. She also interviewed or investigated the thing that was going on with Jerry Maguire, or Jerry Maguire, whatever his name was. He was supposed to be the former owner of the Carolina Panthers, and when all the appropriate allegations got out on him, he sold the Panthers, and now a new owner owns the Panthers. Now, come think about, I do remember that lawsuit that happened back in the latter part of the 90s, somewhere like 90. I'm talking not 90, the 2004 or 5, something like that. I'm not exactly sure, but it might have been the early 2000s or late 2000s. The allegation that was spoken on against the former owner of the Carolina Panthers. You know what I'm saying? And so this is something new that's going on with Daniel Snyder, and for the lack of me, I don't understand why these owners think they have the power to do what they want to do to women of employment in their on their respective teams. Now, so if these accusations are true about Daniel Snyder and what he did, uh, Daniel Snyder might be forced to sell the Washington Commanders, because see, um, similar allegations happened with the Carolina Panthers, but it wasn't nothing like this was going on with Daniel Snyder. It was something that the owner done in the past. I think it was had something to do with racism, I believe, that went on with the Panthers. And so, and he was excused and dropped out of the Panthers. He sold the Panthers, and now he's no longer the owner, but he does have money because new owners have purchased the team. And so, with Daniel Snyder here, with the allegations of this is considered by many as sexual assault. So you don't put your hands on no woman, regardless if she done something bad to you, or yada yada yada. every man knows, any decent man knows, that you don't put your hands on no woman's um personal parts, if you know what I'm speaking. But in this case, all this happened in a public restaurant, and so they say he only had his right hands on her thigh, on her inner thigh, between the crack area of both thighs closed. They say he had his hands there. And so, if these accusations are true and it already gotten out to the public now, Snyder might have to sell his NFL franchise. And he just recently bought the franchise back in 98, 99. You know what I'm saying? And so he's been an owner for the Washington team. The Washington team going on to 99, 2009, 10, 21, 20, 2019. No, hold on. 2019, 09. That's 20 years there. 19, 20, 21, 22. Yeah, he been an owner of the Washington team for 23 years. And so to be an owner that long and to think that you have the power to do what you want to do because you got money, you know what I'm saying? So ain't no telling what he told this woman. You know what I'm saying? You know telling what he told her. It really ain't. But these accusations seem to be strong for the NFL, for Roger Goodell and the NFL to bring a U.S. attorney from Washington all the way down to, well, actually from Washington to Washington, in a sense of speaking. So I'm not exactly sure where she came from. Either she was in Washington or she came from another state and came to the Washington commanding team to do the investigation. I'm not exactly sure. I read what I could, but I was really disgusted by what I'm telling to you guys now. I mean, that's crazy. You don't put your hands on no woman regardless. And so for him to put his hands on the inner thigh of a former employee, it just goes to show that you will lose. And if these accusations are true, based on what I just got through reading on the internet, he gonna be out. And that's just the way it is. And for me to bring a disturbing report like this, and goes to show that you got 31 owners in the NFL. Well, other 31 owners, two of them are brand new. The Jacksonville Jaguars, if the owner is an Iranian owner who bought the franchise from an American owner. And so then the guy from the Carolina Panthers sold his team to another owner. And so of them 31, so of them 30 teams, of them 29 teams they have the original owner. You had 30, 31, 32. Actually 31 now. With Jacksonville and the Panthers are with two new owners. There could be a third owner about to transpire between now and the end of the year with Daniel Snyder, because he could be on his way out of Washington if the accusations about what he's done is true. So that's fair to bring you guys this news because I'm quite sure none of y'all haven't heard or haven't been reading. Like, see, one thing about me, I go deep into detail before I put any kind of information out. That's how I am. And that's probably why none of my videos have been taken off YouTube, because I try to do everything right by YouTube laws. You know what I'm saying? Cause a lot of people on YouTube have been banned because of things they have said, things they have done. And I don't even want to go to um to what these some YouTubers have done in the past. I don't even want to go there. But you get the point. You know what I'm saying? So if these things are true about Daniel Stein and what he did to the former female employee of the Washington Commanders, if these are true, like I said, Daniel Snyder could be on his way out, and there could be a new owner by next year, by next year, 2023. So, without any further ado, this is your boy the Green Time Crunch with this video, disturbing news at that, and Washington. Wow, Washington, really? Daniel Snyder, really? Peace out.